We had talked about this a little bit.
Okay, good.
Where you had this year's large
657,000 project.
Large amount of capital improvements, and then does this year's number enter into the future year's number as you're figuring out what the
right? If we go to table C, I will talk about what Scott's mentioning. So you can see that 791,000 in 2010 for line 38, because that in line 32 you spent a lot of capital improvements in that year, which drove up that cash reserve policy. If you look at 2011, it's anticipated to go to $50,000, so that cash reserve policy comes down to $500,000. Typically, it's not going to swing so much like that, but the bottom line is, again, guys, it's just to have a policy in place and to have some sort of idea what you should have in the bank for the electric utility. And it gives you some idea, okay, if we have $200,000, we should be building that cash reserves a little bit in case something happens. If we have $1 million, then we're only recommending $500,000, then maybe we can spend a little bit more on our capital improvements than borrow it. It gives you some sort of gauge of how much to borrow, how much to spend, and kind of where to target. It gives you some sort of, because a lot of times utilities don't know how much money they should carry. Is this too much? Is this too little? So this is a cash reserve policy that gives you some sort of guidance. And like I said, council has the ability to tweak those percentages, but at least have some sort of policy in place so that when somebody says, you know, why do you have this much money, then you have an answer. These are the why. These are the components why we need that money. Okay, so that's the most important page. I almost skipped over it. Okay, so table C is the same financial pro forma with our recommendations.